Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, you. Hey, mother. You still do it. No, my mother. You know what I'm going on? Oh, right. You got me here and on my chest.
Happening right now, garbage could be piling up across the city as sanitation workers are refusing to go to.
Hey, Brother Cliff, you here?
Yes, I am here, brother, and that is my engineer, Brother IX. We do a blog talk radio show, and I hope that there's not no echoes coming your way. You hear echoes? If you do, let me know so I can attempt to minimize. Brother IX, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm not getting no sound, so I'm gonna record everything that's coming in. If anybody call, I'll notify you. So I won't be getting no sound because I got my mute on. So I'll be letting you know when you have a call.
So we have in the community, we have a lot of activities that are going on in the community. And fortunately, there's criminal activity that goes on in Chicago. Yep, yes, I am. Yes. I can hear you loud and clear. So we have criminal activity that is going on in Chicago, and we have people that are walking around with no mask on during the virus that is going on. And I encourage people, like if you have questions on this, if there's subject matters that you would like to talk about, or subject matters that you would like to discuss that is close to your heart, to give us a telephone call. And I'm just appalled about what's going on with this virus. And there's, like I said, there are other things that are going on too. But I don't really know if life is going to go back to where we once knew. I don't know. Okay, and you may say that life is gonna go back to normal. And I was reading the newspapers today, not reading the newspaper, actually looking at Google's news on my tablet, and it says something about television. It said there are more and more people that are cutting their ties with the cable televisions, subscriptions that they used to have. And plus, there are people not going back and looking at sports activities like they used to. You know, they're not, like in the United States, they have pro basketball, but they're playing within a confined area. They're showing images of people in the stands, and I guess they're making sound to make it appear as though that particular team is at home. And frankly, I don't have cable myself, and there's a lot of people that I know that do not have cable, and what they want streaming, so you can stream on Roku and other applications like that. It's absolutely no problem whatsoever. And with regular cable television, you're really paying for a whole lot of channels that you can't mean. You know what? I go up and I just order what I want instead of having 50 or 60 stations. Like if I'm interested in the news only, why do I need something on my application? I'm talking about from Comcast, a Dish, just dealing with love stories, which is nothing is wrong with love. But there are a lot of people that are, and a lot of people doing that. But you know what? I do commend the NBA for saying Black Lives Matter. I saw something on somebody's property that said all life matters. All life has always mattered. It has always mattered. That is something that is true. But Black life does matter. Unfortunately, there's a group of people that thinks that Black life does not matter. So if you want to call in, our call-in number is 1-553-999-3619. You want to call in with a comment. And plus, we are looking for guests in the community, people that are working in the community, to come in and join our broadcast. If you're doing something that is interesting, you're doing something to help the community and to make the community better. If you have a certain talent that you would just want to let people know about, we're looking for guests, and we're going to highly be publicized. We're going to be relentless in our pursuit to start to make that known in the community. And again, this is a Blog Talk Radio show, but also being seen on a social media platform. So, and you know what? Like for you to join in, give us a telephone call at 1-553-999-3619. But this is what we do. This is what we do. And television show. We also do a television show that comes on in the United States, in Chicago, on a television station called CAN Television. It comes on Comcast. Okay. And it comes on every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. That's 10:30 Central Time for people that live in a different locality, a different region of the world. So that's Central Time. That's Chicago time. So things that we talk about on the television show is community. We talk about global issues that impact the community, like Kanye West. We know that Kanye West is running for president. You know, me myself, I don't think that he's prepared for it, but I think that I read something where what he's doing is he's running to take votes away from Joe Biden. What he's really doing, but it's kind of hard to figure out Kanye West. Kanye West is a singer, okay, and he's married to Miss Kardashian, okay, and Miss Kardashian, I think she's a singer, I think she's a model or something like that. Saying what happened is she's going to school to be a lawyer, and I commend her. She got somebody out of jail by going to President Donald Trump and making a plea to him because there was unfair sentencing that took place, and that is something that she's doing. She has done, and she was successful. You know, so but Kanye West, I don't know. Do you think that he's wrong for running for president of the United States of America? Do you feel that he is playing a game to sell more records? He's planning on not records, CDs, you know, because what happened is when they come out with enough CD, is he making an attempt to build up momentum for his next CD that comes out? That I don't know. Kanye West, but you know what? What, brother? If he is doing it for that reason, just to take votes away from Donald Trump, I don't feel that Donald Trump will be successful in his pursuit of happiness for the next election, the election that's coming up in November. I don't feel that he would be successful. And I think personally, now there's people that disagree with me, I think personally that he's going to lose by a landslide. I think he's going to lose by a landslide. There's a couple places that you can hold on to in the South that I do know. I think he's going to lose by a landslide. I don't think he's going to win. And, hey, one thing that bothers me, you know what, we was talking about this where I was at, and they were saying Donald Trump, would he step down if he lost this election? And his answer was, I don't know. I would sit down and have, and you know what that sounds like? To me, it sounds like something that a dictator would do. It sounds like a response of Adolf Hitler. Sounds like a response of Mussolini. Okay, Chairman Mao in China, and I really was not expecting him to say that, but he said, "I do not know if I lose this election." I don't know. I don't want to believe that President Trump would be some type of coup or some type of military takeover. That's something that I do not want to believe. You know, I don't believe he'd just say, you know what, I lost the election because, you know what, there has to be a transfer of power, you know, because that's the way this democracy is set up. The democracy is set up this way. So, like I said, that is something that I just don't know. And reading, you know, we're going to the news today, I saw one thing that the Russians, according to what I saw on the news, the Russians are supporting Donald Trump. Okay. So, you know, who knows? They might be running all type of ads all over the internet to get people interested in. And China, which is a communist state, they are supporting Joe Biden, according to what I saw on the news today. And I don't know, you know what? I guess other governments are starting to get involved in our democracy. I don't know. You know, I can't say I'm mad about it. I understand because I think that the United States has been involved with the transfer of power all around the globe. That is something that I believe. I believe that. So I don't know. It's something to look. It's something to look at. It's something to examine. And like I said, what my news source from that is, you know what? I heard that on the world news. I heard that when they said that the Russians are probably involved, but doing everything that they can to get Donald Trump back in the power. Okay, and China was involved in getting Joe Biden back in the power. Now that he used to be vice president. To get him, to aid and assist him in becoming president of the United States. And I don't know, I guess it was mind-boggling to me, you know what, but it is good that the news media, they exposed it for what it was. You know, they exposed it for what it is. So, you know what, so we have a guest that should be calling in very soon. And like I said, she is doing excellent work in the community. She needs help and assistance. And helping with the youth. And she may have a literacy program. She may have some job at some point. She may have jobs involved. We know there's a whole lot of jobs anyway. And she's opening up a non-for-profit organization. Really, she's been operating for years, and she needs help. And I just spoke to her, and I look forward to her coming. I look forward to her coming on. I look forward to it. That's all I can really say, because she is indeed she's a nice lady as far as I'm concerned. She's a nice lady. She has always tried to work in the community to bring change in the community to what I do know of her. You know, she lives on the east side of Chicago. She, like a whole lot of people, they are discouraged about the criminal activity that goes on in Chicago, about the gangbangers that are in Chicago, and she feels that the political system is corrupt and it is rotten from within. That is something that she feels. She is to be commended about that. So, and what else is going on? Mayor Lightfoot, that's the mayor you're looking at right now. For those that are viewing on social media, she is going to make, and Governor Pritzker, they're going to make a way individual. They walk into a restaurant. We know that there are a lot of people that are not abiding by wearing masks when they go in a restaurant and other places of business. And what she's doing, the governor is doing, instead of just telling people and educating people about it, they're at the point now where they're going to start really, really finding people. They always say fine, you know what, but I think that it was lackadaisical. Meaning, you know what, there was not great effort in doing it, because what happened is with this virus in Chicago, it's went up. And it's going up high. And I myself and other people that I do know that those people that have died from the virus, they died from the virus. And only thing that I can say is once you go outside, you should cover your mouth up. Okay? Try not to shake hands, but that what sometimes that's an old habit that's hard to break, shake hands. Okay? And try to take some sanitizer with you if you can. And keep your distance. But basically in Chicago, and it appears to be nationwide, that there are more younger people that are catching this virus, because the older people appear to be abiding by what the rules and regulations are, and what the call is, and what steps are of this virus. They appear to be abiding by it. Not all, because we can't make a generalization and say all. We can say a lot of people. So, Brother Ix, we got any telephone calls? Yes, Brother Ix right now, he is on mute right now because he's having a transmission problem.
Nah, I have a slow delay. You have no calls yet.
Okay. We're supposed to be having a guest call in, and you know what? I do not know. I don't know what happened to the guest, but who knows what happened? Let me see. Do you hear the delays from me? And you know what? I guess it must be just on my end that I hear the echo. And like I said, this is a new program that I'm working with, and you know what? Feedback. I think, Brother Ix, I thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. But like I said, we're looking for guests to come on our show. We're looking for guests right now. And like I said, anything could have happened. A person's phone could have went out. You know what? They could be sick. They could be ill or something like that. But like I said, I guess the show must go on. But like I said, but I commend her. And like I said, even if she has to come on, yes, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know what, I'm hearing some type of sound, but you know what, but if this does not work out, I just have to have her come on next week, if it's God's will, okay? Because she is doing tremendous things in the community with her not-for-profit organization. And she needs help. That is something that she needs help. Because you know what? We cannot live in this world by ourselves. We cannot live in this world by ourselves. And if we walk around thinking that we know everything, we will be sadly mistaken. We do not know everything. That's something we don't know everything. And we'd be sadly mistaken about it. Because you know what? That's why you should try to surround. You should make every attempt to try to surround yourself around people that are intelligent, people that are smart, people. And it's very important to try to be around people that you enjoy with, because if they're smart and intelligent and you just don't agree with them, and you know what? And it's agonizing to be around them, I don't advise that you waste your time. You should be around. You should make an attempt to be around like-minded people. Not only you growing from them, they should be able to gather something from you. That is something that should be done. And again, the telephone number for people that want to call in, the telephone number is 1-553-999-3619. If you have any questions, like I said, there might be a particular subject matter that you want to talk about, that you feel deeply that it should be discussed and it should be brought to the forefront. Okay, was this about the virus? Something that's going on in your community? Something that the government is not doing right? About bleach, birds, about global warming, about the economy, about what's going on in Israel, what's going on with Palestinians, what's going on in the UK, and how the Islam for the UK and Brother Andrew Chowdhury, who's the imam over there, that is working to doing everything in his power, even I think they have him under home arrest right now. But he's doing everything that he can in the UK to propagate Islam. And the good thing about Islam in the UK is they have areas in the UK, England, where Sharia law, they're governed by Sharia law. Certain areas in England, yeah.
Brother Cliff, Dr. Ben is in the room with you.
Okay, brother. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam to both of you brothers. Some of the things you said I agree 100% with. It's good to hear you brothers again. Another Saturday. God has blessed us to do this again. I'm more than happy and thrilled to support you brothers because it's needed. We need to support each other.
Mm-hmm. All praise wa alaikum salam. I just saw brother? I just saw Brother Salim and Brother Tyrone, brother. I just saw them like about just before I came on the air, man, and gave them my salams.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, they're going over to a gathering with Reverend Trask. She had something at her place, and they were on their way over there. I declined, and I told them that I wish her well, and they can go over there and support. Some of the topics and stuff that they were going to talk about and discuss. And like I told Salim, I say, now I'm at the position now that I really don't want to spend time talking to Ray and them and, people around the way. Let me talk to the mayor. Let me talk to the governor. Let me talk to the top officials now that are doing something because these are the people that I need to address now. I don't want to talk to the same people over and over again, people around the way and stuff like that. They're not making any moves or making because now it comes off as just having a conversation. That's just my opinion, And so, and it's no shot to nobody, but I just need to step the game up.
You know what? Something that bothers me is.
What's that, sir?
We live in the same community, me and her, and what happened is she has been operating over there for years. I can't understand why there are not loads of people that are coming to her forum. I don't get it. I don't get it because you know what? She advertises it. She promotes it. But there are not loads of people that are coming to hear about the programs that she has to offer. But if there was somebody over there shaking their butt and shaking their booty and somebody rapping, somebody over there with an MF this and an FU that, the place would be crowded, brother. Maybe you can explain it to me, brother.
Are you talking about Reverend Trask?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know. I had no idea. What the thing is that brother, I think that the onus should be on when we look at that there's no people coming to an event or a lecture or a talk or something. I can't point at the people. This is me personally. I have to point at myself to say, what am I not doing to get this gathering? Because other people in other places have the gathering. They have the people that's on the same ilk as me. They have that. And how come they're not coming, that same crowd, how come they're not coming where I'm at? And it's up to me to make certain I find out why. I got to use all types of different measures. You know, listen. I tell you, I had a football organization, and it was a semi-pro football organization, and I had 55 grown men that played for me. I had 15 women that were my showgirls, you know. And the thing is, I had to bring people into the stadium to watch my team. Now, who's going to come and watch? Who's going to come and watch my team? What makes my team so great? We got we got Chicago Bears, we got Chicago Bulls, we got 2 hockey teams, the Blackhawks and the Wolves, and we got 2 baseball teams. So who's going to come watch me? I'm a semi-pro team. So that's why I formed the Showgirls. I formed them, and that brought people in to watch. You know, so I had to up my game because the other teams in the league, they didn't have that many people come watch them play, but we had a lot of people come watch us play because I had to come up with different ideas to get people to come in, and so it to come upon yourself to what am I doing? So my thing of going around the horn, getting people down the street to come at my lectures to speak and things like that, I'm like, okay, I'm done talking to them. I have to go at the big shots. I'm going at them and let them know, hey, I'm here. I'm here. So why not take a shot at the mayor? Why not take a shot at the governor? Why not go at the top clergy, the top politicians in the community? I want to see you. I want you there. I want to be there at your gathering. I want you to come at mine. You know, and so that's why I declined to go. That's one of the reasons why I declined to go, because guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the same thing. And so to me, that's just conversation now. I don't want conversation, and I don't want gossip. I just want to go at the movers and the shakers, and that's what I want. That's what I want to do. You know.
But you know what? But all praises due to Allah. But Sean was not great at all, brother. It was not great at all. It was not great. I'm not going to say how many people on it. You know, that sounds like I'm demagoguing. You know.
No.
Am I demagoguing or telling the truth?
The truth don't need no support. You tell the truth. They used to say, what did they used to say? The elders used to say to church, say the truth and shame the devil.
Well, there were 2 people there. There were 2 people. This was me, and I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Oh, wow.
Brother Salim and brother Tyrone. And you know what kind of discouraged me? You know what? It might tell me something about her. I talked to her. And you know what? She's supposed to be a guest. Okay?
Yeah.
Supposed to be a guest.
Yeah.
Now, you know what?
Right.
I want there to give a courtesy. Because she lived right down there. They gave her a telephone number. And she said, I will call up at 5:15. But all due respect, her battery could have went out. But her phone was plugged in. Now, you know what? Now, if you don't want to participate, you should have said, I don't want to participate, bro.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the reason, but I'm saying that alhamdulillah shouldn't take too. But I just left her out. We get sick.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
So, but the thing is, you know what, man? It's like, you know what? I am developing. You know what? I'm gonna make it my business to remind people and give them a courtesy call to let them know once I do a show. And you know what? But the thing, Brother Minister Ben, and I don't like, and maybe I take it personal. If Fox Television and CNN News invited them, sending them an invitation, I don't think CNN and Fox News will remind. I don't think so.
No.
And if they did, it would be more of an urgency to fulfill the obligation. You know what? It shows me what they really think of my medium. you know.
Sure.
But
Well, and I get it. I mean, and I understand, and I get it, Brother Cliff, because we're in the position to try to galvanize people to do better and to give insight, and being media is to get out information, and hopefully people grasp the information. So let me say this to you. A lot of your work is not in vain. Your work is not in vain because, and I've watched your show for many years. And I've even called in one time or something to that effect. But you have. I'm here talking to you because of your show. I'm here because of your show. I'm with the Flaming Crescent because of your show. I got with Brother Salim because of your show. In the Mind of Minister Ben Willis TV is because of your show. And what that has done is inspired even some of my relatives to even look there because of your show. So it does affect people. You know, a lot of times we're looking for a big crowd, but sometimes that crowd is silent, but there's a crowd. You know, there's an audience.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is I am my biggest critic, so I've always felt I could do better. And when I look at my competitors and say, here's the thing. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. What kind of numbers are you putting up? And in business, it's about how many numbers you got. What is the numbers? And so when my numbers are not as big as someone else's, I got to find out why and how. You know, I got to find out why and how. So, yeah, the brothers, they went over there to support her, and because they said she came and support us a couple of times, and I said, okay, fine. I just didn't. The subject matter was not something that I wanted to be part of, and I just didn't want to be part of it because that subject been beat up so many times. And okay, so what is it? I'm out of conversations now. I don't want to do gossip no more. I want to make things work. I want to get involved. I want things that are actually happening in this city and happening in this community to make a difference. I don't like to see those little caskets, them babies in little caskets no more. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see mothers and fathers crying and seeing little baby girls get shot in the heart and getting shot in the head at 10 months old. Those are like mafia hits on our little children. So I'm tired of that. Them people, I don't even know these people, and I shed tears for them babies, man. I take it personally. I take it personal.
But you know, I know that me and you have two different views. But for me, is to propagate Islam and hope that they should come to the community of Islam, because I believe, if a child does get killed, I believe that was prophesied. It was only by the permission of Allah. And I also understand, again, it's bad it's something for a child to get killed, but I feel one thing about a child being killed, that they was not at the age of deception in terms of making a decision or coming to a conclusion about what their religion is going to be. So the child that gets killed, first of all, I'm going to emphasize, I don't want to see it, but one thing about it, the child gets instant jump. So they went through that tragic, but they will get a great reward, because subhanAllah, Allah, if somebody dies and they are not in the majority of age to make a decision about what religion they choose, whether it be Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, if they die at a young age, their graves are extent not extended, expanded. And the children that do die, they make it degenerate. They make it, and you know what? That's the way I try to visualize it. But I do agree with you that it is bad that an individual could do something like that. But I do, from my understanding, but it was by the permission of Allah. Jesus, I'm not going to say Jesus, but I'm going to say it was by the permission of Allah that that child's life, or I don't know what ayat it is, that not even a leaf, something as insignificant as a leaf, drops off the tree without Allah's permission. But being human, I'm not happy about it, but Allah knows. God, those people that don't know what Allah means, Allah knows what is best. Even if my granddaughters get killed, they know better. They know Allah knows what's going to happen way before me. But that is, I don't know if that's a personal opinion. I think that it's in the Quran. But you know what? If you being an imam, you used to be an imam. You know exactly where it is.
You know, I know what you're saying, but also in Islam it says this: if there's something that's going on that's wrong, you address it physically. The first way to do it is to address it physically. The second way to address it is to address it vocally. And the third way to address it is to pray on it. And to pray on it is the weakest way. It's the weakest way. So, what can I do to stop this? What can I do to give my input or impact to stop someone, or to direct the bullet, or not have the bullet directed, but not at babies, not at children, man, not at children. We those who believe or don't believe, this is temporary. There's going to be an end, and one thing is guaranteed. You know what they say: two things are guaranteed: is death and taxes. Well, you're gonna die. I don't care what you believe. You're gonna check out of here, and guess you're gonna check out of here on time. And life has, everyone has an expiration date, and we're gonna meet that date. But the greatest gift that God gives us is common sense, and so we use that. And we can't walk around and say, well, it was going to happen because God said. Well, there are rules and regulations that are given, and that we uphold. And if you are Muslim or Christian or a Jew or whatever part of religion, there are rules and regulations that you got to abide by, and they're for a reason. They're for a reason. The structure that's involved, and that's what we have to have. And the thing is I can't walk around and not say anything unless somebody pull a gun out and kill a baby. I can't do that. That disturbs my conscience. So that's what those types of things is that really bothers me, and for me to see this all the time and to address it. But some of the things I've been screaming about for a long time, they are starting to pay attention to it. And I've been saying it for years now. It's not gun violence, it's gang violence. It's not gun violence, it's gang violence. So now they are starting to chirping that now because, just a few days ago, the guy gets killed down there on Oak Street. The rapper, he got killed over there on Oak Street. High-end, nice stores there, the Gold Coast. I'm very familiar with the area and everything else. In fact, I have my offices right over there at 980 North Michigan. So it's right there. So I'm very familiar. And, now it's downtown. And the people are ducking and dodging and things like that. It's just what's going. This is what's happening now. and they talked to one of the FBI agents yesterday, and they asked him, they say, well, you guys here are in the city now, and so the unrest with the violence and everything, and they said that it'll be, you got to get the protest. He said, we're not here for the protesters. We're here for the gangs. It's straight. He said, that's what we're here for. We're here for the gangs. And I said, now, this is what the problem is, because I'll just tell you, if the gangs weren't shooting or doing any of that kind of stuff, you know that there wouldn't even be no killings in the city of Chicago. Maybe domestic violence or something like that. It would be very, very low. Wouldn't be none.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what? I agree with you on that. And you know what? You know what? It was something. There's something that you said about Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover. I am starting to consider what you said. I've taken a reevaluation of something that you said. And you know what? At some point, there's something that you said that had an impact upon my decision making and my rationalization. And I was talking about letting Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover out of jail. You had made a statement that these cliques or groups would not take any attention to Jeff Ford or Larry Hoover. And it's something I thought about this. I really sit down and, you know how you sit down and you cross-examine yourself and look at your rationalization?
Yes, sir.
And I said, you know what? I felt that 70, 75, 80, 90% of it was illegitimate. I felt that, let's just say I self-doubted myself because of something that you said and I examined it. I still believe if they can stop 1 or 2%, that might save a child's life. I do agree with you. When I sit down and examine it, the majority of gangs in Chicago, the majority, they know nothing about Larry Hoover. They know nothing about Jeff Ford. They know nothing about it. Now, they get locked up. Now, we know that they do run it inside their prison gang run thing, but it was rational what you said, but I guess I'm still giving myself 10%. I'm giving you. You know what? I'm giving you, but in my mind, I'm giving you 90%, and only me 10%. And I'm basically, saying that you know what, you are right to a degree, because the majority of these groups are not going to listen to them. I still think if they can use their voice, a small percentage, a very, very small percentage, might take heed to what they're saying. It was just something you said. I thought about it. You know,
you have a better chance of using your voice and stopping 10-15% than they do. You know why I say that? You know why I say that? It's because you're out here. You know, you could probably stop 10% of the people or the gang members from pulling the trigger because you're out here. You know, you understand what the dynamics is. These guys been gone so long, man. Don't nobody know. They're not going to listen to them. You know, it's just like this. It's just like this. When we talk about back in the day, you know, because I was born in the 50s. So I could talk about what happened back in the day. Well, I bring that to some of the young people now. They're like, man, we get that, but this ain't back in the day. So when you have some of the older guys who were gang members back in the day, we used to do this. Now they doing that. Well, they'll tell you, yeah, that was back in the day. This is what we doing now. Yeah. So that's that old man get off my lawn stuff. Because it's not what's going on right now. It's not what's going on right now. And that's just to be understood. So the only thing that'll happen is now you got the FBI here. And let's see where that goes. And
well, you know what? I commend Donald Trump and the federal government for coming to Chicago. And you know,
he didn't have anything. He didn't have anything to do with that. They was coming anyway. If you go look, he didn't have anything to do with any of that. He didn't have anything to do with that. That was already in place. He didn't have anything to do with that. I want you to check that out. I want you to look into it. You know, he didn't have anything. He had nothing to do with that. Yeah, he had nothing to do with that. So
let me recheck that. I'm going to use the word "if" because I got to do the research. If he had anything whatsoever to do with extra federal agents coming in Chicago, say if.
Yeah.
I commend. Because you know, like where I drink coffee, and like I said, but these are gentlemen that are my age. They commend extra federal agents coming into Chicago, United States of America. If it could even just minimize the criminal activity by 1 or 2%.
I agree. I agree because I don't want to see innocent black people killed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see no one killed. I just don't want to see that. I don't want that because people got gang conflict. In fact, the title when you go on YouTube, you got on there Ben Wilson Simeon Vocational High School Murder. You know, I remember that day, and I remember the guy that shot and killed him. You know, I remember the dude, and you know he was a gang member. You know, he was a gang member. In fact, he went to Calumet High School. I think he went to Calumet High School. You know, I know this is my arena, athletics. So I knew Benji. I've seen him play, and I seen him play when he was a sophomore. I remember Benji Wilson. One of the other ball players used to play with us when he was younger. Tim Bankston. He was the point guard for Simeon when they went and won the state championship. He played. They all played together. You know, I remember them. You know, I was bouncing around there and out there on the court. You know, so I remember the day it happened. You know, such a sad day. I remember that. You know, he was special. He was special. That brother was like that for real. You know, he was like that for real, and you know, and that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That was back in 84. You know, that was back in 84. But the gunplay wasn't as heavy as it was, you know, as it is now. I mean, it's broad daylight down there on the Gold Coast now. They out there pulling up. They pulling up, you know, rat-a-tat-tatting people. They shooting people all around downtown hotels.
You know, man, it's different. You know, like when you talk about the north side of Chicago, when Chicago was polarized, okay, to a certain degree, you know, but there are different rules for the south side and east side of Chicago, where predominantly people of color live. Because I've seen people on the north side, brother, walk around with joints in their mouths. Okay, I've seen, which is illegal now. I'm talking about in the past. I've seen people up north walk down the streets with a beer and pulling it up to their mouth. But if you do that on the south or east side of Chicago, where predominantly people of color, they would be ticketed and they would be arrested. So there are different rules. There are different rules for different segments.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with you. But let me ask you this. But when you say this, different sides of the city But now, different income brackets of the city, because say you're walking around 45th Street or 55th Street with a beer and a joint in your hand, opposed to walking around 55th and Harper with a beer and a joint in your hand. A little different, wouldn't it? Still black, but a little different. The income is a little different, isn't it?
Well,
and
that's
also,
what university is.
and so the north side is when we're on the Gold Coast, or if you on the north side on Broadway, would it be a little different? Broadway and Irving Park, would that be a little different because of income brackets again? You know, so poor people gonna catch more hell than the wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, brother? Just you know what, to me, and I'm more or less like, you know what, we similar. I do not Donald Trump, I don't know, but I'm saying personally, I just happen to believe you're saying. First of all, Donald Trump is big. That I do know. But you know what? I think Joe Biden is somewhat but I think my opinion that he knows how to hide it. Because I remember him being in a debate, with the nominees. And the reparations was brought up, and he just totally ignored the whole question. You know how you talk, you interview people, and you know how people try to talk around, dance around, but he totally just ignored the issue. Not the issue, he ignored the question.
Right.
But I believe that I believe that he is. I'm going to say this. Now, Minister Dan, if I'm wrong, let me know. I believe that the majority of some type of prejudice in them. With the majority of us behind closed doors, we have said something about another race that we wouldn't say in front of us.
No doubt.
Would you
no doubt. Yeah, sure. Because there's a difference. I mean, we have our differences. We have our differences in the color of our skin and our race. It's things that we would say among each other about another race. Somebody gonna crack a joke or something like that, or whatever the case may be. But when you start talking about, like you say, Joe Biden or Donald Trump, which one? I'm not. Listen, neither one of them to me. Neither one of them to me. This is my personal opinion. Neither one of them to me. I know that. Guess what they told? Guess what they told the Africans getting on the slave ships? They said we got a cruise excursion. A 7-day cruise excursion. Get on board.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't even know what excursion means. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Well, when you hear Carnival Cruise, or Caribbean Cruise, and you get on that cruise line, and the excursion means you taking a nice trip. You're taking a trip to paradise, and that's what they told the Africans when they got on them ships and wound up in bondage for 400 years. Now, did they stress the truth, or the Native Americans say that the white man speaks with forked tongue, which means they don't tell the truth? So now you want me to sit there and look at two of those white guys and say they're going to tell me the truth? Not out of 450-some plus years of what happened to us, no. So, and then you hear an idiot say bleach. See, once you said bleach, you can never come back to me. Anybody try to even say this guy's name, I gotta look different at you. Because when a person said bleach, that's it. Just the mic has been dropped. That's it. So it's just not. So I don't even, talking about that guy is just, you got to say bleach to clean your insides out. A 4-year-old no better than that.
I agree with you. You know what I say? You know what to me? Now, when I look at Donald Trump, really President Donald Trump, when I look at it, you ever see Archie Bunker? There's a television show that comes on in Chicago and probably around here with Archie Bunker. And I look at Archie Bunker, and I personally believe that he has that type of mentality. I don't know if this is ambassador. It probably is an ambassador. That he has. It was a show called Archie Bunker, and you know what? He's a bigoted man, and I see those type of attributes in U.S. President Trump. And I don't think he's so smart. I don't think he's so smart. I think that he is. He may be. He's surrounded. I believe that he's surrounded around smart people, but I don't believe that he takes their counselship. You know, I personally believe.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I don't believe that he takes their counselship. I believe that he's surrounded. But I see him now when he made the statement about once there's a transfer of power in November, which I feel he's going to lose the election, he does not know if he will step down. I will have to look at that. I see that as something that Adolf Hitler of Nazi Germany might say. Mussolini of Italy, who also was not a dictator, he was a fascist. Chairman Mao, China, a communist leader. And I think if he could hurt people, if he could send out something like the SS Squad, who worked for Adolf Hitler, which was, I think, like a police force to eliminate his enemy, I believe that he would do that. I believe he would. That he could do it with impunity. Impunity for people that don't know what that means. Impunity means that there will be no repercussion, consequence. I believe that he was send stormtroopers out. I believe that he was send, if he could send out stormtroopers or not. Like what's going on in Portland, what happened in Portland, I think it would be massive.
But those guys you named, they were what was called masterminds. This guy is this guy is not in their class. This guy's not in their class. He doesn't have advisors. They all left. Mm-hmm. They leave. They take off. Mm-hmm. They're gone. You know, he used to be up there at the podium with a whole mass of people. They said, "We out of here." Stu's an idiot, man. He can't think. That's why the United States is in chaos. Everybody's just doing what they want to do. They want to do what they want to, because he don't know how. He has no idea. This guy does not have a brain. He does not have a brain. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Yes. I agree with you. So don't beat me up. I agree with you, but let me make a different argument.
Okay.
The argument I would like to make, I'm inside of you on your beliefs, but I am fucking tired of seeing white supremacy and seeing every time you turn on the TV, white commercials, white news, everything is just, even when they show you all the movies, it's just a white culture. So in order to break dream, it's going to take the white man to break his own dream. So now you have a white man that's basically telling black people they ain't shit in their face. And he's telling the Jews, and he's letting the so-called Jews, not the even true Hebrews, that they ain't shit. He's telling the Federal Reserve, y'all not shit. He's telling Britain and China, he's telling everybody he's not shit. So and then now, remember this, while I'm making this statement. He's not only telling them, he won with not the popular but the elected vote. So the elect feels the same way he feels. So, and my retort to you is, isn't it possible to let the white man kill himself? Let him start all this hell thinking he's God, and let the true gods of earth come back and realize all the bullshit they've been teaching. Because he's basically opening the books now, saying it's all bullshit. So I just wanted to throw that on the table to Dr. Ben.
Oh, that was a great analogy. That's a great analogy, and that's a great statement. But I'll say this for the white men and white women. They've been here 6 million years. We've been here trillions. Guess who their mother and father is? We are. We are their mother and father. And I'm not gonna take no instructions from my children, because I'm their mother and father. They want to be like me. They want to be like me, because they will go out there in the sun and get ready to die, because the sun gonna kill them for skin cancer, because they just want to be like me. They sure want to, them women want to get their butts enhanced, because they just want to be like that sister. They get stuff pumped up in their lips, because they just want to be like that sister. Why do they want to be like them? What they are afraid of is race annihilation. They know right now. Every time a black man go up there to that white woman, it kills his race, and he's losing his existence. Now, the dude that's in office, you know, he's a goofball. He's a clown. He's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. He don't know what he's doing. He can't deal with this pandemic. People are dying at an alarming rate. Yeah, he could talk about everybody he want to talk about. But here's the thing. When somebody talk bad about you or whatever, you got to consider the source where that comes from. You say, look at this bum trying to talk about me. You know, if a bum on the street is talking about you and talking bad about you, you look at him and say, this dude don't know where to go. I got a place to stay. I got money in my pocket. This guy, he even got shoes on his feet. So you say, consider the source where this come from. So this dude don't carry no way. He can say everything he want to. The thing is if I'm gonna let a white man lead me, then I might as well go on here and let him lead me to slaughter like a pig. You know, because the greatest rulers that ever walked the face of this earth are black people. And I'm gonna follow them. Now there's black people that you could talk about and everything else. I understand. There's gonna be some people that follow him. In fact, let me show you a good person that followed his leader. And give me the reason and let me know how he turned out. Herman Cain went over there and went to his rally, right? Herman Cain went to his rally. And what happened to Herman Cain?
Yeah,
y'all know what happened to Herman Cain? He went to his rally. Yeah, he died because he went to his rally. Next thing you know, he caught the virus at the rally and died. Yeah, follow him if you want to. That is because that is the result. It's always been that way. You know, it's always been that way. But do for self. My thing is do for yourself. You know, black men and women. Do for yourself, because you're the greatest thing that ever walked the face of this earth. It's my opinion.
And you know what? For people out there listening, you know, it might be some of the Caucasian out there listening. I want you to know that we're not prejudiced. These are historical facts. Their life started in Africa. The archaeologists, I think one of the monkeys I forgot, her name was Lucy. And it's one of the oldest mummies that they found. And they came to the conclusion, after doing analysis, that that mummy was a person who was of color, was black. So, we just pointing out issues. And you know what? If you want to comment on it, the number is 553-999-3619. If you have questions in regard. But you know what? That's where life was.
Hey, Cliff.
Yes.
The number 563. 563. 563-999-3591. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, okay, 563. I'm going to make a correction. Okay, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But that, you know, that is something 563. I'm sorry, 563. Okay, I'm going to correct that. Okay. It's something when it's something when you are attempting to you are attempting to navigate yourself through social media. It's something, man. You know what? This has been a learning curve. But I am the people out there. Sorry to go to another subject matter, but you know what? I am attempting to make the Underground Railroad show better. And I hope to, Minister Ben Willis is in the mind of Minister Ben Willis to incorporate it into his show. I don't want to ask him about incorporating it into his show until I have learned to master it. So I have messed up many times, but you know what? But that's what the only reason I have messed up is because I'm trying to perfect something. And when you're trying to perfect something, you make mistakes, and you know what? And you minimize. You work to minimize. And that's what I'm doing. And you know what? I create television shows, create a radio show. And so the policy there, and you know what? That probably was the reason that Minister Hatch did not call up, because I thought it was true. So I will see her inshallah, Mr. Will of Allah. And thank you, IX, for bringing that to my attention. But I do just want people to know that are Caucasians, from a European bloc or something like that. We are not prejudiced. You know what? You can look this up to your own self. Google it up. The life originated in Africa. And then what Minister Ben and Brother IX said that President Trump, U.S. President Trump, a lot of people within the African-American community feel that he is a bigot. But you know what? Now, Brother IX and Minister Ben may disagree with me, which I welcome that. And I say that with all due respect and humility, that no matter who you're seeing, there's a shadow government. There are people behind the scenes like the Wizard of Oz that run this nation. So, and they plan not for 10 years or 5 years. Every major thing that you've seen happen in the United States of America, the major things, because they made that decision a long time. You know, from the Trilateral Commission, I think it's the Foreign Relations Committee, and all these organizations and the Bilderbergs. So you're looking at somebody that is the president, but there is an operating strategy. There's an operation that is going on, and it's called a shadow government. It is actually patrolling this whole nation. So, you know, they can cut this broadcast out if they wanted to. And the majority of these television stations, radio stations, they're only owned by a handful of corporations. So they're feeding you. They're feeding you. Yes.
Hey, Brother Clint, let me ask Brother Ben a question again. Let me change it around now. Brother Ben, if you had a person that you had beef with, but you know you can't beat that person would beat the hell out of you. There was another person that would beat the hell out of that person for you, but he don't have a beef with him. But all of a sudden, this person started an argument with that person, and you kind of instigated, and start that beef. What you want to see that person, you want to get to beat the hell out of themselves. And the way I'm putting it is, the African Americans cannot win anything in the United States because we're not together. We all in broken up nations and religion, but we have a common enemy: white supremacy. And Donald Trump articulating it the best. I mean, I thought Ronald Reagan was a racist. I thought Clinton. I thought Al Gore. I can go down with white people, but here's a good racist that really can get the fight started to change things. Wouldn't you want that to kind of happen? Now, why am I saying this? Right now, the Democrats is not going to do nothing for us. They're going to keep this illusion going for another 4 to 8 years. But say if Donald Trump win again, can you imagine the racism that we have to endure, or people got to get up off their ass and do something about it?
Well, I again, because kind of the way I'm wired, I've always been wired that way. I don't hate people just because of how they look or the color of their skin or their religion or whatever. I don't know what side. I don't know what their political party is. I do hate, but I love my people. And if you do any injustice to my people, no, I don't like you. Even if you my people that's doing injustice to my people, I don't like you. I don't like you. If you kill any of my people, I feel that you deserve death. You don't deserve nothing else but death. That's my opinion. And even if my people kill innocent black people, you deserve death, period. Back in the Colosseums, when they would have the person out there in the middle of the Colosseum, and Caesar is sitting there in a chair, and he throws thumbs down, that would be me. Thumbs down, unapologetic, uncut. Now, I always felt and believed white supremacy and was an open enemy of black men and women. Always have. Now, I know people are going to say, not all white people is bad. I know we got to get some apologies. Do I have white associates? Have I white associates? Yes. Is there white associates that I haven't been around them in a while or nothing like that, but if I seen them today, would we talk, have a good time and laugh and joke? Yes. No doubt. No doubt. But that's just them. But all white people, now this is what I say when I say all. This is when I say all. All of them are privileged. And even they say, well, I wasn't part of slavery. You benefit from it, though. You benefit from it. You got a 450-year head start over me. If you could take a young black boy that graduated out of Roosevelt University and a white bum, and you shave him and dress him up, put him in a suit, and let both of them apply for a job, that white guy might get it faster than that young graduate out of Roosevelt University. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I was in the workforce when it happened. All. But now let me tell you when I say all. All is 51%. You know that? You know all is 51%? These are numbers now. All is 51%. See, that's the majority. That's all. So I say all white people. I prejudge you because you're black. Okay? So that's where I stand at that. Yeah. Donald Trump, it don't make no difference. If the face is white, you better be on top of your game. You better be on top of your game, because let me say this here: if you were the white guy, I'm just asking. After I ask the question, and I ask myself, I say my white associate, if we happen to be in a location, it's like 15 white dudes out there, and they want to get at me, and my white associate is right there, and they tell them, listen, man, his name's Kenny. Now, we're going to do this for you. We're going to stomp this dude out. We're going to stomp him out. Now, if you want to be part of this here, we gonna max you out too. So we're gonna tell you to just move on aside and let us get with him.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, I'm a done deal. I mean, then he gonna step aside. Now I wonder if that same question, if that came to you, what would happen? And I posed that question to my son because this is a real big deal, like you were saying, brother. I asked, this race thing is boiling over. You seeing more black people at the shooting range. I've seen my grandson and my young nephews. They at the shooting range, shooting headshots in the shooting gallery. Because what is everybody practicing for? Is headed toward that way because there's no organization at the top of this country. So it's like when you and your wife or the mother of your children, y'all just say the children just go for the goal, do whatever you want to do, and it's just total chaos. And that's what we're having right now. No, listen. As long as
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about what you just said? I'm gonna let whoever's talking. What's crazy about what you just said is, I call 7 shops, Chuck's, Sports, Glenwood. All these are all white-owned gun shops. There's only a couple blacks, and they're far away. The whites are not selling blacks no ammo. They're letting you come in their shops to shoot at range. They're not selling you ammo. Cabela's, they're not selling ammo no more. Now, I'm a Mississippi boy. Call my cousin and I say, hey, are they getting the ammo out there? Like, yeah, we got a lot of ammo. But my point is what you just said. They getting their people ready. They getting their people ready. They want the children to know how to shoot a gun. They got the little 16-year-olds going to go to Vegas. Type in gun shows Vegas children. Type it in. I watch it all the time. These little white kids are shooting guns and rifles and 9mm. White boys are just on Facebook shooting a 50 caliber. But here it is. All we doing is shooting each other on gang-style killings. We're not prepared for taking care of our neighborhoods or when your mama getting raped. We ain't doing that. We're just trying to shoot up for rap music. That's what I can't understand. And then all this Duck, I like some of his music, but it's almost like every day if somebody says I'm fucking your mama and I'm going to kill her after I get through. Pretty soon you can get tired of hearing that song. And you're going to do something. That's how we built.
Well, we ain't.
I didn't even know who he was. You told.
I mean, well, that's the drill music, and but that's like I told some of the young fellas. I say the only people that care about that message is just you guys, the people that are in that environment. You have no statement or no claim in society. You are a small ant because society is movers and shakers and making things happen. I say a lot of you guys can't even read a book. You're illiterate. You can't even read. I say when you catch your case in court and you stand there, you can't even read the plea deal. You plead out to time where you could have went free. Because you can't even read. So it's. But that's not the majority of us. That's a small percentage of us. Because the majority of black people that I know, they taking care of their business. They're paying their mortgages and rent. They're paying their car notes. Their children are dressed nice. They're going to school. And they take care of their lawns or whatever. And they paying their car notes. And that's what they're doing. Right now, that's not the majority of us. People would like to perpetrate that, but that's not the majority of us. That's just a small percentage of black people. And then don't get caught up on that black on black crime because there's more white on white crime than black on black crime. 87% of whites kill each other. So it's more white on white crime than black on black crime. So, and the majority of us are doing things. When they say, well, we are doing things. It's black billionaires, man. We are here with black billionaires and black millionaires. and walking around with those types of things and making decisions, making changes. You know, the basketball player Jalen Rose got 15 high schools that they in Detroit that they go to school for free. I mean, he got 15 charter schools. Jalen Rose, he got 15 charter schools. These guys, these are young millionaires that are educating black children. And the thing is, it's a shame that we don't know that. It's a shame that we don't know that. Now, whose fault is that we don't know that? Well, we should know that. So it's it ain't the media, but we have to do research. We have to do that. We can just put in Google. There's any blacks that own schools. That's, the computer's right there for us. So it's a lot more that we're doing than people actually know. I mean, they talk about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has done so much for black people. His mother takes care of all his business. They do a lot. Of course, LeBron James is already known, but there's so many of them. It's so many of them. And let me say something else. Let me say something else to y'all, because I would challenge y'all to see if there is, and I'm putting a challenge out there. Do you know where the biggest platform in the world out of anybody? You could take the presidents of the United States. You could take the politicians and the religious factor, whoever else you want to put on, actors or whatever. The person and the people that got the biggest platform in the world is the athlete. And I would challenge either one of you. And if you don't know the answer or want to find an answer, and like on the Regis film, Who Want to Be a Millionaire, you can call in and see if you can get someone to help you with that. The athlete has the biggest platform in the world and has the biggest influence than anybody in the world. There's nobody right now on earth more popular than LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Colin Kaepernick. All those guys are athletes. Or you go back to the 60s, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, when they raised the Black Power salute in the Olympics. They have the biggest platform all over the world. And so these young black guys, black people need to pay attention instead of getting caught up in nonsense and foolishness. These are young, black, intelligent men with black children. And they make a statement, and people listen to them in the little villages in the Congo. The Jordan brand is all over the place. This still is a black man who is a descendant of slaves. These are people who are descendants of slaves. So we need to pay attention to that. Colin Kaepernick turned this whole place upside down. He said that I'm talking about injustice to black men and women getting shot and killed by police. And everybody wanted to kill this guy. Even black people talk bad about this dude. And then when the thing with the brother George Floyd happened, they said, man, we was on the wrong side of history. And now you got everybody protesting.
When you talk about an athlete, man, and I acknowledge Michael Jordan. I used to be adamant about Michael Jordan. And you know what? All due respect, I did not know that he was doing things internationally. He did not let people know what he was doing for the African American community. I did not know that, and that's why I was critical. I was critical of him.
Yeah,
and
it's bad not to know.
The issue was that I was wrong. I was wrong.
And I've heard all the people talk. I say, first off, these people don't know what the hell they're talking about, because when you have people, see, this is the environment and the world I come out of. I come out of the world of athletics and also the corporate world. But I come out of that. I come out of that world. You know, I've been involved in music. I had a record label, so I'm very familiar. You know, I guess I'm almost like a switch army knife, because you know it's a lot. But coming out of that environment and knowing the inner dealing, you know, do you know that Michael Jordan changed what's called the near west side? You know, he changed all of that. You know, you go down Madison Street and you look at all them shops and that, he changed that. Michael Jordan changed that because people were coming to see the Bulls play, and all that money was coming there to the venues there to see the Bulls play, and they generated so much money that West Side Chamber of Commerce said, "Hey, we could do something."
Yeah.
And took down and knocked down the old stadium, moved and tore down the houses of the Niners where the Niners could sit there. There were people that had houses across the street from there. They paid off their houses and said, "You got to go. We're getting ready to build a stadium here." Built the stadium, and next thing you know, they turned over Madison Street, which at one time was called Skid Row. And now you got lofts and high-end stores and everything else there. And that was due to Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. You know, that was due to that. Because it's not just sports, it's revenue. And revenue makes the world go around. And that's what it's all about. And we make $1, then that's what it's about, you know. What is they saying? What did it say? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
W.L. Lillard in Chicago, he stole that statement. He always says that in Chicago.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
You know,
and that's what it's about.
You know, it was like because of misinformation on my part. That was the only reason that I was critical of Michael Jordan, even though I got a pair of Jordan gym shoes. I finally broke down and bought Jordan gym shoes. You know what? I like them.
Yeah. His mother.
I never believed that I would pay that much for gym shoes. I never believed.
Well, you know the James Jordan YMCA that was on the west side, right? The James Jordan YMCA.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. You know what? I've been there to try to facilitate an interview, but unfortunately, they never returned my telephone.
Right.
You know, and that's like Father Flight, Saint Sebastian, tried to interview him, never. But people have a right to want to be interviewed by who they want to be interviewed by.
That's right.
And all due fact. You know. But Michael Jordan, but you know something, I was looking, when you talk about all these great sports figures, I haven't bought a newspaper in years, but I saw something on Google's News in Herschel Walker, who I think Minnesota, they traded him in a draft. I don't know what team he was drafted to. He won the Heisman Trophy. He was running back in football. What happened is he made the statement that life doesn't matter. All life matters.
Yeah. Right.
Great with him. But the thing is, it was sort of said in a repugnant way. And I didn't really understand. I didn't understand. With all due respect.
Herschel Walker's a good old Georgia boy. He's a good old Georgia boy now. You know, now sometimes you gotta, you good old Georgia boy. And I think he had his girlfriend. She wasn't black. I don't know. She wasn't black, and she looked like she was of a different race. You know, but that's not surprising coming from Herschel Walker. You know, Herschel Walker is not they just put a microphone in his face and he said something stupid. You know, a person that has idiotic ideology and stuff like that, you put a microphone in his face, it's gonna come out something stupid. so. Yeah, well, but he don't. He doesn't. He spoke what he spoke what he felt, and you know, a great player. He went to Herschel Herschel got drafted. He went to the USFL. I was messing around the USFL at that time. He got drafted by the New Jersey Generals, who was owned by Donald Trump. It was owned by Donald Trump, and Donald Trump drafted Herschel Walker out of University of Georgia. He drafted Herschel Walker to play for the New Jersey Generals in the USFL, and so you know he was a good old, but he was a good player. He was a good player. Then he got drafted. He left there when the USFL collapsed. Then he went to the Dallas Cowboys, and then the Cowboys traded him. I think he went to the Dallas Cowboys, and then they traded him to the Vikings or something like that, you know. But he was, you know.
They gave up 7 picks. I think they gave up 7 picks. They gave up 7 NFL draft picks for him, and but man, you know something, Minister Ben.
Wait, hold on.
Talking about all these sports figures. You talk about all these sports figures. One person I'm going to try to make a reach out to that I have a lot of respect for. I think he's in Illinois. His name is Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges. Wait, hold on. Can you hold 1 second, please? 1 second. I got a important call.
Okay. And Minister Ben, what he talked. When he's talking about sports figures that have such a tremendous impact on the society. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reach out to Craig Hodges. He used to play for the Chicago Bulls during the Michael Jordan era. And he got ostracized. He was a 3-point shooter, and he got ostracized because one of the reasons is because he went to the White House. Okay, one of a dicey, he got ostracized. He got blackballed. And I think that he is in Illinois. And I'm glad Minister Ben brought that up. I'm going to make some type of attempt to interview him because you are definitely right. Sports figures have made to make a tremendous impact, and they're very influential in the society. But Craig Hodges, I'm gonna reach out to Craig Hodges. You know, Craig is a good guy.
Craig is a good guy.
Oh, you know him? If you know him, please put me in contact with him.
Craig Hodges, but let me say something to you now. But sometimes you can. Let me say something. Sometimes, man. Sometimes conscious brothers and sisters can get wacky. They can get a little wacky. You know, they can get wacky. You know, conscious brothers and sisters can get wacky. And Craig got a little wacky. You know, I get it. I get it, man, about, I get it about being conscious and things of that nature. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Craig went to the White House. You know, I think Craig's a Muslim. I think Craig so. I think so. But Craig went to the White House. He had a dashiki on and all that kind of stuff. And I think he slipped a note to the president and said something about in social injustice and all that kind of stuff. And he tried to get Michael Jordan to get on board with all of this. And Michael wasn't interested in getting on board with what he was talking about. You know, he wasn't. He didn't want to get on board with that, right? So then Craig wanted to start slamming Michael Jordan. So when the Bulls was playing the Lakers, they were going to play the Lakers for the championship, the NBA championship. Craig went to Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. He said we should boycott the NBA Finals. Well, Craig, out of all due respect, Craig, you are an idiot. You are a idiot. You are a idiot. And so, see, we can go a little bit too far. It's conscious, conscious. You sound like an idiot. And they looked at him like, man, you out your mind. And went on. Craig played, he's out there in Olympia Fields. Craig played basketball for Rich East High School. And he was a bad boy. He could shoot the ball. He's very conscious brother. Sometimes we can get overboard, but he's a very conscious brother. And got good. Craig also had a problem. His wife threw gasoline on, about to set him on fire. So, he had a whole lot of little stuff going on with it. Oh, yeah. Look it up. Yeah, she threw gasoline on, going to set him on fire. Yeah, she getting the match. He had to run. He doused him. Yeah. So,
you know what? You just told a story. You know what? I only knew part of the story. I thought he was ostracized and blackballed. They blackballed him. They blackballed Clifton Hodges. They blackballed him. Yeah, they blackballed him. He should have still been in the NBA. They blackballed him. He was too conscious. He was talking black. He was acting black. He was being himself, and they didn't want that. They didn't want that. Now he's a coach he lives in Olympia Fields, and he is a coach for some basketball team. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up his name and get his information out to make an attempt to get him on this show to see if he would be willing to participate. That'd
be good. That'd be good. He's
Craig,
a good
I've seen him on. I'm still gonna make an attempt to reach out to Father Flagger, on St. Sabinus, and even though he keeps on telling me no, you know what, I might change. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
That's all I really. And man, I want to say, what? For people that don't know, congratulations to your son for getting a scholarship to go to college to play basketball. Brother, tell us about it, brother, if you want to.
Oh, my son. Oh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, I talked to him today, and I talked to his coach today. He's at East West University. He's a freshman there, and he came by the house a couple of days ago, and he's bigger. I mean, he's just bigger, man. He's taller and he's bigger. And I talked to his coach, and like I was telling him, now you're playing against grown men.
Is this margaritas?
You're not playing against 15 and 16-year-olds. You're playing against grown men. It's 22, 23. And they're in the weight room,
Excuse me, what's the name of the team?
The Phantoms. They're East West University. The campus is downtown. The campus is downtown. Yeah, the campus is downtown.
They come on television. They come on television.
They probably will. Yeah, they probably have their they probably be in those tournaments and stuff like that. Be in those tournaments and everything. So the thing is that I told him, you're going to be playing against grown men, and it's not playing against high school teenagers, and these grown men, they're trying to do something, and they're not going to allow you to be in their way. They're not going to allow you to be in their way. You can't play around like, oh, it's kiddie. No, it's not. Now you're into some adult stuff now. You're dealing with adults now. You're dealing with adults. So that's what's so that's what's happening. I'm making a transition. It's just the thing that I feel that it's the thing that I feel that I could say he's in college. That's what I'm happy about. Yeah, Brother Cliff, who just pulled up to my house? Brother David from the Kufi Club. This is my good brother. Assalamu alaikum, Hakeem. Yeah, say hello to Brother Cliff. He's on this show.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Cliff.
Salam. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine by Allah's grace, brother. How about yourself?
If you got some time, tell us about the Cookie Club, bro.
Yeah, you broke up on me, Brother Cliff. Say that again for me.
If you have some time, tell us about the Cookie Club, bro. And how can we join?
Right. You know, brother, I'm actually, man, moved up out of that spot. You know what I mean? Last month. But however, you know, I'm a school teacher. I'm a CPS school teacher, and the school I've been assigned to is actually in Roseland on 122nd and State. So I'm gonna be moving the Kufi Club to the school. You know, and God willing, you know, when they start letting the kids back in the buildings, you know, we'll start back the program.
Okay. And you moved, and it was some type of damage that was done over there during the pandemic, during this virus. Was there damage that was done?
No.
Relocate?
No, what it was is that, man, my lease was up. I've been there for 3 years. I had a 3-year lease, and it was up as of July 1st. And, you know, unfortunately, Brother Cliff, you know, because I really did not get the level of support that I needed from the community, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't afford to keep, those doors open. And it's a travesty. You know what I mean? There's no reason, you know, an organization like the Kufi Club, man, shouldn't, you know, have had, you know, sufficient funds to, you know, do what we was doing. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. You know,
I understand. But at least you know what? But at least you have the burning. You know, you have the desire to continue your mission, whatever your mission statement is, to continue. Right. To continue on. And you know what? You were a great brother right there, Brother Minister Ben Willis. You know what? You in good hands with all states, and you in good hands with him, brother. And Allah.
Absolutely.
That's all I can really say, brother. And you know what? The Kufi Club. How did you get that name, Kufi Club? You look, first of all, the Kufi Club. Okay.
Right.
So look, Chicago, Illinois, right? I'm talking about this where it was. How did you get the name, and why did you decide to start it in Chicago?
Yes. So, you know, I'm as I said earlier, you know, I'm a school teacher, so, you know, I work with, you know, young people, you know, by trade. And so, you know, but along with that, you know, I wear, you know, the Kufi hat a lot. And so, you know, one day I was over a friend's house, and, you know, man, a little black boy, man, about like 6, 7 years old, he was like, hey, man, you know, what's that you got on your head? And I explained to him what it was, and then his response was, well, man, how can I get one? And then it was just like, man, right, you know what I'm saying? You know, it just went off in me. And I said, well, son, you got to join the club. You know what I mean? Because, see, when you wear this kufi, you know, which is an African word that means crown, you got to carry yourself with self-pride, dignity, and self-respect, you know? And from there, that's how I came up with it.
Can you describe what a kufi is? There's a segment of the audience that does not know what it is and what it's used for. Can you explain it to the audience that has no idea what a kufi is?
Absolutely. So the kufi is a brimless hat, that is traditionally worn by men and by women as well throughout the continent of Africa. And with that, in Africa, people of various denominations and religions, wear a kufi cap. So in one sense, it's cultural, but then in another sense, it is spiritual for the simple fact that as Muslim men, oftentimes when we attend, Juma prayer, we wear our kufis as a prayer cap. Okay? So, again, it serves, two purposes, one culturally and one spiritually. And ultimately, when you wear the kufi or this crown, you know what I mean, what it symbolizes ultimately is that your mind or that your dome is covered and wrapped in the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of God Almighty Allah. Ultimately, that's what the kufi cap symbolizes.
You just said, you know what you just did? You just didn't educate the audience. You educated me, too.
You want to interview?
Brother Bill said you can't try to interview it now.
We just have business. People want to interview now.
What'd you say, Brother Cliff?
I said, not only did you educate the audience, you educated me, too. Thank you. Shukran.
I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot, brother. And you know, man, I got a picture, man. I've been wearing a kufi, man. When I first, got knowledge of self, man, when I was like 16 years in high school, I started wearing a kufi. And one of my boys, man, had to remind me. He said, yeah, Dad, I remember, man, back in high school, the principal, tried to suspend you for coming to school wearing your kufi cap. So, but I didn't go. I stood on it because I said, y'all don't say nothing to these Hindu kids when they wearing they little, headpiece, you know what I'm saying? So why y'all saying something to me as a young black man when I want to represent mine? And then eventually, man, the principal, deans, and everybody had to bear witness and fall back, brother. I hit them with that truth, man.
And you know what, brother? You
okay. All right, Brother Cliff, man, I got Brother Ben. He got to go. This is his phone and everything. But it was definitely a pleasure speaking with you, Brother Cliff, and inshallah, I'll see you soon.
One more thing. How do people get in contact with you to help you in your endeavor, bro? How people get in contact?
Yes, you can email me at info@kuficlub.org. Info@kuficlub.org.
Telephone number?
Oh, what's that, Brother Cliff?
Telephone number?
Yes. 312-962-9118.
Okay. And help this brother in his endeavor because you know what? He is working to elevate the African American community in all communities. That's what he's doing. So help the brother. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Yes, sir. Wa alaikum salam, my kid.
Okay, you trying to interview me, man. We take care of business. All right, Brother Dave, assalamu alaikum. Okay. Hello?
You know what? It's just a natural it's a natural thing for me to have very inquisitive. You ever see a brother that was in class and he's going to say, how does this brother keep on asking questions?
That's what you do, brother. You would talk to a person, the next thing you know, they're on the interview. Or they're being interrogated. One of the two. Well, I hate to see you with somebody in the dark with a light shining down on them. Just confess.
You know what? It's just, for me, it's the need to know. And you know what? The more that I read and the more information that I gather, I realize I don't know. I do not know. Like the brother explained something about the coup, and he went farther, deeper than what I ever went. I want to know. And you know what? There's somebody in this listening audience that may not have thought about it in that particular way. And I appreciate that. It's like when I'm doing these radio shows, these television shows, it is like a class for me. I am learning. And I do not protest to be an expert. Be the greatest I am. It's like I'm in class. And when I say, what do you mean about that word? There's somebody in my listening audience that does not know what that word means.
But also the kufi, he touched on some of it, but the kufi also what it symbolized, and it symbolized the protection. It's a symbol of protecting the brain.
Okay.
Because the brain is what makes you go.
Mm-hmm.
It says, man means mind, and mind is intellect. So you always, when they talk about manhood,
Yes.
because the mind is that, and so you cover that, you keep that covered. You always protect the brain. In fact, when somebody's trying to hit you, you cover your head. You always try to protect that. And so the symbolic nature of the kufi is to cover and protect the brain, because the brain is the wisdom that's up in there, the dome, the wisdom, it's in the brain. So it's more symbolic. It comes even before African culture, because because they were doing it before there was even an Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, black people was around here before there was even Africa. It was actually, the land was called Asia. It was called Asia. It was called Asia before even all of that. This continent was Asia, and life started, and intelligent life started. Actually, it would be the land what we actually call Mecca. It would actually be called. It would be called Mecca. That's where the highest form of learning came out of that region right there. It's called Mecca. And then they are breaking it down to different countries, and the water started eroding different things. Because there's no such thing as a Middle East. It's not even. It's not a Middle East. It's Asia. That's exactly what it was. And that land it's called Africa, that just became named after some white Jew or something like that. Anyway, so so being in trillions of years, walking the face of the earth in what is called now Mecca, was black people. And they were taking care of their business and doing everything and doing stuff like that. So when you see Saudi Arabia, Saudi means black. Saudi means black. Black Arabia. The Arabs that you see right now, those are Johnny-come-lately race mixing Arabs.
Okay.
These people were black, dark-skinned people. Have you seen those people on the Central Island? Have you seen those people?
The real dark-skinned, real dark-skinned. Yeah.
Very dark-skinned people. And how long did they say them people been living like that? For like 75,000 years.
Yeah,
75,000 years. They don't even know no one even knows their language. They don't know their language.
Yeah.
And when the tsunami comes and just destroys everything, somehow they know how to go to the higher ground, themselves and the animals, where the tsunami don't hit them. And you remember when that guy came over there and he wanted to go and bring the Bible to them? It was a couple of years ago, and he wanted to bring them. He's gonna talk to them and teach them and everything else. And they hit him with spears and arrows. You remember that? And they buried him out there.
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, and they buried him out there by the beach, by the sand. And then the president, Trump, said that they want to send people in there, the military in there, to retrieve that guy's body. And the president of India told him, no, leave them alone.
Okay.
This is a few years ago. Look it up. A few years ago.
When you say the people in India, I think this is a country they have some people they call the untouchable. And
don't
I have
touch
to look
them. Leave them alone. Yeah, don't touch the Centralese people in the Centralese island. They've been living like that. They don't have diseases. They don't have no disease. And so the thing is that if they came in contact with the outside world, they might become extinct and die because, they don't have diseases at all.
The immune system.
And when helicopters and planes come by, they shoot bow and arrows up at the helicopters and the planes and stuff like that, throwing spears. If you even come close to touching that soil, they come out and take care of you. They will hit you with spears and bow and arrows. You get hit, and they hit that dude. He out there taking pictures, and the young dude, maybe like in his 2024, and we're gonna do this here, and there's other group of guys and women that were gonna go, and they're gonna change these people. And as soon as he hit the land, they hit him with spears and bow and arrows, lit him up. Rightfully so.
You know what, Minister Ben and I always said that the people that will be probably better off in the end, the people that are self-sustaining. This group of people that you're talking about, the Amish, the Quakers, people that are relying on their own ingenuity and they have their own resources. I think in the end, as we get closer to the end, they would be a lot better off because they're not dependent on this modern technology. They know nothing about GM. I kind of